Oh,
Oof, baby.
it ain't midnight yet.
Midnight enough.
What?
I still can't believe we're really getting a whole new Yellowstone story centered around Beth and Rip. I mean, these two have always been the soul of the ranch. And now, after everything they've been through, we're finally going to see what life looks like for them beyond the chaos of the original series. The good thing is, we already know what will happen to them thanks to the behind-the-scene leaks. So, let's talk about it. According to the official logline, the series picks up right after the Yellowstone finale, with Beth Dutton and Rip Wheeler finally finding the peace they fought so hard for. They're now running their own 7,000-acre Dutton Ranch. At least this is what it is rumored to be, and for the first time ever, they're the ones who are calling the shots. But if there's one thing we've learned from Taylor Sheridan's world, it's that peace never lasts long. The story will dive into how Beth and Rip navigate new challenges, fight for their land, and raise Carter into the man he's meant to become. I don't know about you, but just the idea of seeing them as parents again, in which they will be teaching Carter, guiding him through the life, already gets me emotional. He is like the younger version of Rip, and now, our beloved Rip has the chance to raise him as a true man. Honestly, knowing how much Rip has struggled when he was just a boy, it will be very interesting to see him raising yet another man through his footsteps. Plus, Rip will basically replace John Dutton's role in his life for Carter. And knowing that Carter always dreamed to be like John, I feel like this show will allow us to explore the future of Yellowstone through Carter's growth and training. And personally, I love this idea. Kelly Riley and Cole Hauser are, of course, back as Beth and Rip. I mean, there's just no Dutton Ranch without them. And yes, as you can guess, Finn Little is returning as Carter, which makes this continuation feel even more complete. But that's not all. The cast lineup they've announced so far is honestly incredible. We're getting Hollywood icons like Annette Bening and Ed Harris joining the show, which still feels surreal to say out loud. Bening will play Beulah Jackson, described as the powerful, cunning, and charming head of a major ranch in Texas. And Harris? He's playing Everett McKinney, a weathered veteran and veterinarian who treats animals with compassion and humor. But come on, this is Ed Harris we're talking about. You know, he's not just there to play some friendly vet. He has this way of taking simple, grounded characters and turning them into something unforgettable. Just think of him in The Truman Show, Apollo 13, or even Westworld. Every time he shows up, he commands the screen. And honestly, I can totally see him stepping into a kind of John Dutton space, not necessarily replacing him, but bringing that same quiet power and emotional weight to the story. How do you guys feel about Harris joining the Yellowstone world? Do you think he'll end up being a mentor, a rival, or something more complicated? But the additions don't stop there. Natalie Allen Lind is joining as Oriana, a striking young woman with a wild and free spirit. Mark Menchaca, who you might know from Ozark and The Outsider, will play Zachariah, a newly released jailbird trying to rebuild his life as a wrangler and cowboy. Then there's J.R. Villarreal as Azul, Rip's right-hand man, and Juan Pablo Raba as Joaquin, a worker at a major ranch who fixes problems, big or small. It really feels like we're going to meet a whole new generation of ranchers and outlaws, people who bring a fresh kind of tension and energy into Beth and Rip's world. And knowing Sheridan, none of these new faces will be one-dimensional. In fact, it is fair to say that everyone will have a secret, a motive, and something to prove. That's what I love about his writing. Nobody is ever just good or bad. And speaking of Sheridan, he's still very much at the helm as executive producer. Chad Feehan, who worked with him on Lawman Base Reeves and has credits on Ray Donovan and Rectify, will serve as showrunner. That gives me a lot of confidence because Feehan knows how to craft emotional depth and grit. Two things this story absolutely needs. Kelly Riley and Cole Hauser are also executive producers, which honestly means the world to me. Knowing that the people who are Beth and Rip are actually helping shape their next chapter makes it all feel even more authentic. Behind the camera, Christina Voros is directing again, and if you've seen her work on Yellowstone or 1883, you already know she has an incredible eye for atmosphere. She's so good at capturing the beauty and brutality of the land at the same time, and that's exactly what the Dutton Ranch needs. Now, let's talk story for a minute, because from what we know, things are about to get intense. Even though Beth and Rip are finally in charge of their own ranch, they're facing tough times and stiff competition. So we can probably expect rival ranchers, financial strain, and emotional battles all wrapped up in the raw, dusty world of Montana. But what excites me the most is that the Dutton Ranch isn't a prequel or a flashback. It's the real continuation of the Yellowstone story. It's Beth and Rip carrying on John Dutton's legacy, even without Kevin Costner on screen. Every choice they make now will either honor or destroy what John built. And something about that feels so heavy and so beautiful. We still don't have a release date yet, and the title could change before it premieres, but it's currently set under the Dutton Ranch. The filming is currently going on in Texas, meaning that it will probably be out in the early months of 2026. And the fact that Paramount Television Studios and 101 Studios are producing tells me this will have the same quality, scope, and heart that made Yellowstone unforgettable. For more weekly updates, discussions, and analysis on the Yellowstone franchise, make sure to like and follow. Meanwhile, the video on the screen might also interest you.